What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Thank you for joining Sports Roundtable. That's what we like to call it for short. This is our channel, Down South Sports Roundtable, man, and we love to talk about sports all in all fashion, collegiate, professional, and also we might dabble into high school sports too. Mark, man, what's going on, bro?
What's up, man? Back again, once again, to bring everybody the hot topics, the hot news in sports, all sports. Here
Yeah.
we are again at the opening of the Olympics today in
Yep. Yep.
Paris.
Yep.
Yeah, that was about 3 hours long, but yeah, we're kicking it off. We're kicking it off
And
now.
Snoop Dogg holding the torch.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg.
I don't know how bro, Snoop Dogg being everything, man. He being
do.
everything, bro.
He do. Yeah, they said Snoop Dogg for president. He did it all.
Ain't that bad at that. Hey, you know what? What's crazy, man? Like it'd be like a random movie you see, the next thing you know, Snoop Dogg will pop. Like, man, bro, what is he not in, bro?
Yeah, everything, man.
But yeah, man. Like you said, Olympics popped off. So I'm excited to see how that's gonna roll, man. Especially all sports. You know what I mean? I'm not even showing favoritism in one sport over the other, but like excitement, especially with the men's basketball and the women's basketball. I'm most excited with that, especially track and field. Like you're a track guy yourself, man. Back in the day, man, you know you might get dusted up by them young kids now, man. But you the dog in all that track.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. They can have it now. They can have it. I'd rather see it on TV than to see it in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely have it now. Yeah, I love the track, man. So I definitely can't wait to see that. That's definitely usually the highlights of usually the highlights of the Olympics. But you have your sports here and there that you like. I don't know. I like swimming, diving.
Yeah.
I like all those. Gymnastics, even be like so.
Yeah.
I root for them all, man. For real.
Yeah, 100%, man. So, man, hey, let's kick this thing off, man. No, with something just recently happened. I think it was yesterday, actually. With we talked about earlier. Man, you've been kind of talking about this TNT movement. At first, we didn't know if they were going to even try to counterbid Amazon for the media rights of the NBA, and then now. And we talked about on last episode. So if you didn't see the last episode, please go back and watch our episode. And we got a lot of likes and comments. And I love all supporters. Please subscribe to the channel. But also, we kind of said, man, why did TNT come so late? Like it was almost like it seemed like the ink, which is probably a long process, but it seemed like the ink was about to dry with Amazon. And TNT kind of said, hey, no, don't forget about it. Hey, we'll come meet that one. The $1 billion that y'all want, you know what I mean? So now it was up to the NBA. NBA rejected it. So what's your feelings on this, man, as far as NBA rejecting TNT counter offer to get that media rights deal?
I mean, it's business, as we know. Those things happen in business, but I mean, I would definitely hate to see the inside the NBA go, like I said, it's Shaq, Barkley, Kenny, see those guys go because it is a staple in the basketball program in the NBA. Everybody watches those and jokes off of those. So I mean, but at the same time, as business moves go, just like we said, they had the offer on the table for a long time. I don't know what they were waiting on. I mean, I guess they could have been waiting because they knew that they always had that clause in their contract to match a deal and be able to match that deal. So they played the waiting game. I mean, and the NBA went on and chose to go with the Amazon route. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time, Amazon, NBC/ESPN. I mean, which I definitely think is a great business move. At the end of the day, but I mean, TNT might be just like one of those outdated programs. Playing around in the big leagues now. They're the blockbuster. Basically now. Yeah. So I just think they waited too long, man, and the NBA moved along.
I mean, Did you see the comments Charles Barkley said as far as how he feel about this whole ordeal? Did you see the comments where he kind of say he even wrote like a letter to it, kind of to the fans about this? I don't know if you checked it out, but I kind of tell you.
I heard, but I didn't get all the details of it.
I mean, he's basically bashing the NBA, saying that you guys are putting money over the fans. He said his fans out there barely can even survive, but those are people that's watching. You know what I mean? Watching the NBA. So now he already know that once his Amazon piece happened, that's just if people don't have Amazon subscription, they're gonna have to get Amazon subscription. You know what I mean? On top of what they already probably paying for normal other cable services and other streaming services, blah blah blah. Now, and you already know those price hikes about to happen because Amazon, they also got football deal, and now they got basketball deal. So you already know what these subscription prices are, they about to go up. So that's what Charles Barkley is coming at. You know what I mean? Like you guys are shutting down a good thing over the dollar bill. You basically choosing dollar bill over your fans.
Right. I mean, and that could be somewhat true, but at the same time, you have to have a cable package deal to watch TNT too. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
yeah,
not NBC. NBC is a free station, so
yeah,
they signed a deal with a free station.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I
at
get what you're
the
saying.
end of the day, so
Yeah, and I
they
think I got a little. I mean, like I don't know. I think it was some animosity between the NBA and TNT already before this whole thing, which is me. I've been rumblings about it, but I'm not going to speak on it because I don't know how true it is. No official reports came out. It's probably going to be some reports come out after this whole thing falls apart because of like they didn't win it, so we're going to air out all the dirty laundry. I can see that
mhm.
happen, but
Sure.
I say I think the reason they probably, I mean, my personal opinion, what they probably rejected that offer was, and probably a due part is they don't want to keep delaying it. They probably have a timeline they trying to meet, and they know that if they accept that offer, what Amazon will do? They might just say, you know what, we'll offer an additional $1 billion. Now TNT, they don't want to give TNT 10. All right, let's go back to the drawing table and draw it out even longer. They probably want to get this deal as done as fast as possible.
My point exactly. So Amazon and NBA, they're ready to get the deal and move past it and move forward. Like I said, TNT is in a stalemate. They, like we said, they've had the deal on the table for forever. So now you throw up the 1.8,
Yep.
to match it. Now you throw
Yep.
it up. So you're right, and that's all I think Amazon would have did, which they more than likely would have did. Okay, let's put another 500 on it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Run
Yep.
the bag up and make
Yep.
them be like, oh no, make them bag out at that point in
Yep.
time. And
Yep.
I think
I
that's
got
exactly what it would happen. And they would have had to go back to the drawing table. So nobody got time for all that, man. Like I said, they holding people back. You know what I'm saying? Like them old folks, like a nickel holding up $1, man. Feel me? So, no, it's time to move forward, man. Get business done. Get them out the
Yeah.
way and move forward. And just like you said, without basketball, what's going to happen to TNT? Who's watching those stations and everything? I mean, they get their ratings from whatever channels, whatever, programs that they have going on. Every time I watch the
Yeah.
NBA and it goes off and I leave the TV on the same station, it comes on in the morning. Charmed is on, the little show with the witches and stuff. And, sometimes you forget what you watch. I'm like, who turned into this? But no, exactly. Like they're gonna lose so much business.
Yeah. I got you.
They're in trouble. They're in trouble,
Yeah.
man, and it's all their fault.
Yeah, I got you. I'm with you though. I'm with you, man. I think the big piece is people didn't want to see that dynamic between Ernie, you know what I mean, the Jet,
Right.
Charles Barkley, Shaq, you know what I mean. Then they also add like people like Draymond Green, Dwayne Wade been on there, you know what I mean. All like they had. That's a great dynamic of a show that they loyal. That's an older show. That show been around, and they very very loyal to TNT, and they not finna go nowhere else. They pretty much like as a group, it's hard to get that. I don't think that group as a package is gonna go anywhere else. Even Charles Barkley said he's done after after his next season anyway. So But
right. So exactly. So why is he even speaking? He was going to retire anyway, right?
Yeah, I think he still wanted to see that show go on, man. You know what I mean? And he already know the writing on the wall that, like, especially like somebody like Ernie, he's so loyal. I don't know what Ernie's going. He might retire, man. I don't know. You know what I mean? But that show is great. You know what I mean? And it brings laughter and bring a great excitement to it. You know what I mean? Basketball, especially. I mean, it's been times like I stay on with them late games just to see what they talking about. You know what I mean? It'd be doggone almost 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, they still going at it. It's funny. You know, so it's a great dynamic. Everybody has a certain, you know what I mean? They certain kind of characteristics, but that flow together. So
No, that's real. That's real. That's real, and that's what I was saying. I definitely, I'm going to hate to see them go because they're going to break up anyway. I mean, even if someone would have retired this year, I still wouldn't have liked it. You always want to try to keep the same, the old thing the same. For as long as you can. But it was coming. It was coming.
It's almost like, hey, don't break something that ain't. I mean, don't fix something that ain't broke. You know what I mean? And that's what broke. Like, you remember, like, I think it was like 2 years ago. On one of the Ghost series, with 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Hey, remember he tried it on the new season. He tried to change the music. Everybody went at his head. Like, man, why you change the music? Like, why you change the intro music? Leave that crap alone, bro. It was perfect. He said, all right, give me a couple weeks, man. I'm gonna get it back. Like, he thought he was advancing show. Like, no, it ain't broke. He changed it back.
Changed it right on back. But no, that's real. I mean,
So, like, I don't know who you will get to replace that show, but it ain't gonna feel
exactly. It wasn't gonna be the same anyway. And people were talking about, like I said, they were talking about retiring. So
yeah, it ain't gonna be the same. It ain't gonna be the same.
Yeah, man.
But man, we just switch gears, bro. No, I start off with your team, man, with football. That's tricky because football training camp has happened. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers has got the notification that training camp has officially started. So he finally made it back from his whatever his trip was in Egypt. You know what I mean? He finally made it back. So I'm glad to see that he decided to do that. But let's talk about your Cowboys, bro. You know what I mean? So they on the
Super Bowl bound.
Nah, they ain't happening now.
Super Bowl bound.
They ain't happening, man.
So did you hear? Now, you know how you've been talking about and messing with Jerry Jones, talking about him being all in and everything. Him saying all in the last year and a half, and a year or two. And they were talking on. They were saying, like, we're finally seeing what Jerry Jones means by all in. And what he was saying was, Jerry Jones, he like, all in meaning this is Dak's last year on his contract. CeeDee Lamb, DeMarcus Lawrence, this is all their last year. So he was saying, be all in at this point in time. Stop worrying about contracts so much. Everybody play to win a championship. You know what I'm saying? Be all in at this point in time. So he basically was saying he ain't worried about everything else, the outside noise, contracts for the future. He ready to win now. That's what his all in was meaning. I mean, that now, one thing about that.
He don't even know where it's all in mean, man. I mean,
that's what he meant. That's what he meant. And
so
that got a great.
Pull up these numbers, bro. Let's go ahead and pull up these numbers, man.
That got a great contract. CeeDee Lamb got a great contract, as you can see.
So, let me ask you something. Based on what the market value is, not what they wishing they have, the market value, has CeeDee Lamb outplayed his contract?
Has he outplayed?
Outplayed the number on his contract. You got $17.9 million. That's supposed to be the salary cap for this year. The salary hit this year from him. So has he outplayed $17.9 million?
Oh yeah, pay him. No doubt about it. He's a top 3-4 receiver. Yes, no doubt about it.
All right. Pay him. Michael Parsons.
No, we already know that.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Already know that.
So what Jared Jones talking about all in, I don't get it. I guess a lot of people that gamble at the casino wish they was, you know what I mean, wish they was this type of all in. They still have their money. You know what I mean? That means you ain't putting nothing on the table. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean?
He was saying that, basically speaking toward that they need to be all in and stop worrying about a contract, because that could turn down the contract deal. You know what I'm saying? The ball is in Dak's court for real, because he has a no clause deal. He has a no trade deal. All in his contract. He has a great contract now. So that's what he was saying. Like, Dak needs to be all in at this point in time. Yeah, he can turn down the deal, and we still got to pay him $40 million. But Dak want like 65. Man, we're not giving you 65, bro.
I mean, so
take the 40 and walk away.
Again. I'm gonna say this. It's what's driving the market. Like, you know what I mean? It's almost like, hey, during the pandemic, and which is something still kind of trickling on. Matter of fact, I use a perfect example. Tesla Cybertruck is $100,000, but you can't find a dealership to go and buy it for $100,000. The dealership gonna tell you it's $200,000 plus. Why? The market value. The market is driving the want for it, the need for it is driving that crap up. That's what making that. So think about what Dak Prescott. He's asked for what everybody around this. He feel like his stats is measuring up. Now, his stats is padded. Okay, his stats is padded. Just because we know they'll get blowed out or whatever, they'll lose a game by 2 or 3 touchdowns. He threw 3 picks, but he's still in the game. You know what I mean? Knowing he can't, but what thing he gonna do? He's gonna get those. You know what I mean? He's gonna get those padded stats. So by the end of the game, it'll like, man, how did he lost, man? He threw for 5 touchdowns and blah blah blah. But they ain't look at first, second, third quarter. They just looked at when he tried to. You know what I mean? The starter been sitting down, resting, taking his shoulder pads off. He's still out there playing against the second. You know what I mean? He padded stats. Why? He won't market value, because at the end of the day, they look at what's his numbers compared to everybody else.
Yeah, and that's exactly where a lot of his stats come from catch-up ball. You know, playing for a quarter, you've been down. You know, you did nothing all first half. You know what I'm saying? Now you making the greatest comebacks ever. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I get tired. That's why I get tired of people who say, "That man, look at his number. He's still a great quarterback. Look at his numbers. Look what he's doing." I mean, just like some of the old time greats, like the old time greats say, "I can see ball with my eyes. I know what it is. I can look at it. I see somebody running the route. I know what speed is. I see Tyreek Hill with my own eyes. I know that speed. You know what I'm saying? I know what talent looks like. Numbers can make the stuff so misconstrued and watered down. You know, so that's how they going back. But give me a Patrick Mahomes throwing off his back foot with 2 people in his face and throwing a perfect, you know what I'm saying, out route on 3rd and 10. You know what I'm saying? That's football. That's what you see with your own eyes. So it's a difference. So I mean, he can sit and play them numbers all he wants to, but like I said, man, he's not going to get that great market value or whatever he wants. And I mean, all to him, all power to him. You feel like you work that, your stats are up there with where them people at. If you want to play that game, go ahead and play that game. Go and jump in the water. You know what I'm saying? But we trying to win. You know what I'm saying? A real quarterback. How many quarterbacks? Some of them and real players take pay cut. You know, they'll take pay cuts just to get people that they need to play. You know what I'm saying? That's a real team player, a real baller who already got a ring, been there before. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, like Shannon Sharp, he says it best. He called a lot of Mr. Prescott stats empty calories. And I 100% agree with that. Empty calories when it don't mean nothing because you already lost the game. Y'all, the defensive starters already from the opposite team already sitting down. He called it empty calories. It's almost like he eating honey buns and we eating doggone vegetables and fruits. Still got calories, but we eating the right calories. He eating the wrong calories.
Right.
That's what it is, bro.
That's true. I mean, I agree. I agree with Shane.
Yeah.
And you know one thing about me, I'm going to agree with the truth. You know, so it is what it is. My team or not, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, he can sit there and try himself out in the market, shop himself around. You know, by all means, go ahead, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Go on try to get the top dollar for what you think you worth. Like I said, you trying to work 3 deals. This man got 3 major deals in 8-9 years, and you ain't showed nothing for it. No, we ain't doing that no more. Jerry, that's how Jerry's saying now. We're not doing that no more. You can walk away with this 40. Well, we got to pay you. You know what I'm saying? If you play anything or not. But you sit here trying to hold that like you know what I'm saying? Like you trick
Well, I think
millions.
the only one holding out is CeeDee Lamb, which rightfully so. I think he's trying to get to the point where, like, he said, man, either way it go, y'all got to pay me because who is Mr. Prescott going to throw to? So y'all want me at training camp or not? You know what I mean? And if I ain't there, you're going to know I'm not there. You know what I mean? Because he ain't going to, and then his number's going to look like crap. So eventually you're going to have to do something.
Yeah, he coming. He coming to training camp. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you know, that he can either rework that deal, you know, or sit down at the table and negotiate to be a Cowboy instead Cowboy if he wants to, or shop himself around. Go, and I hope he shops himself around because it's somebody out there that
I feel like it is
it's somebody that want him.
It's a couple teams probably want him.
The Raiders.
Yeah, I can see the Raiders. I got one team in mind, and it's all about if their current quarterback can perform. I mean, not perform, but stay healthy. And that's Deshaun. I mean, what's that's on tip of my tongue. Brown quarterback. Yeah. So Deshaun Watson. Yeah. If I don't know why I went blank, but yeah, like remember he got that big deal. He the one really started this big deal thing with all the quarterbacks.
He did.
And he hasn't played a full season on the contract. Now, I can see the Browns going after Dak Prescott. I can see that. I can honestly see that. That's a like if they feel like, man, we're not going to redo this whole thing with Deshaun. You know what? I can see that.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Like I say, I mean, depending on what,
I think that would, you know what I mean? Because look what Kirk Cousins got with the dog. So, be honest with you, what that $40 million is kind of what Kirk Cousins is getting. Everybody look like, man, why y'all paying him? And he's injured. Like he got put out. He's injured, not even fully recovered yet. Like he's still, he's recovered, but he ain't back to NFL game speed. He's still taking his progression to get back into the swing of things. And you want to pay him that.
Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback, though.
I mean,
he's a good quarterback.
Which stats you want me to compare with Mr. Prescott? His padded stats or his real stats? I think both are probably a little bit better than Kirk Cousins, though.
But see, there you go. They do the stats.
See, I'm saying,
is a good quarterback.
With NFL negotiating, they look at them pure stats. That's why,
right?
You know what I mean? They really, really they look to the T. Like, hey, you might have put too many water breaks. Hey, we know that they won't never say nothing about it to negotiate time. Hey, you taking more water breaks than everybody else, man. No, I was thirsty. You know what I mean? Like it's really they really get down to the T that they want you until they gotta pay
you. Yeah, I mean, they paid Kirk Cousins, so they seen something in him. I mean, the way he gets his team down the field and scores the ball, you know what I'm saying, and puts them in playoff prediction. Puts them in projection to be in the playoffs. It's not his fault the defense couldn't close it out and put him to win the game. You know what I'm saying? So he did his job. So that's why they signed him.
Yeah. I mean, hypothetically speaking, though, too, also, I can see another team that if things don't work out with the Cowboys at the end of the season. I can see Prescott going to New Orleans Saints too. That's another team that you get what I'm saying.
But you talking about one fan base, I know it'll be pissed off if he goes. Boy, you do not want to see those Saints fans, but I can hear them boy now. And you know it ain't nothing but Saints fans from where we from.
Yeah,
Man, can you hear them now? Boy,
yeah.
Boy, no.
So I mean, it's a couple scenarios.
It's a possibility, though.
I mean, like I said, with Jerry Jones talking about his all in, he knew what he was doing. He loved the spotlight. I mean, that's one piece. You know, Jerry Jones will never shut up, and that's why I've been on record many times before we even started this podcast. What have I ever always told you? The Cowboys will not win a Super Bowl while Jerry Jones is alive. They will not. They will not.
They will.
I mean, if you really tell the truth, Jerry Jones, he's the owner, obviously.
General manager.
The GM. Yep, he's the GM. And then shoot, sometimes he think he's the offensive coordinator, defense coordinator, and a head coach, and a special team coach. Like, bro, you can't do all the hacks. That's why y'all in a predicament now. 30 years. I mean, you got people. You got a whole generation of people that was born that probably Cowboy fan, but never even seen them won, man. Because they don't even know what VHS tapes is. That's the last time y'all won. VHS tapes. You can't even find it still with a VHS tape right now.
Come on with the insults, man. All right, enough is enough. You got your point across. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But hey, like I said, this gonna be his last year. This gonna be Dak last year in the Cowboys uniform. And he said it at the podium. He was talking about. He said other great quarterbacks have finished with other programs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In reference to your Joe Montana, and what have you. So So he already know it's a realization for him that he's going to another team. I mean, like I said, go ahead and go shop yourself out there, man. Like I say, but you're not no Trent Williams. You know what I'm saying? You need the old tackle, not like him. With Trent Williams has been to 11 Pro Bowls. He's ranked the #1 pass blocker for the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? So,
and he got speed too, bro. The way he be coming out the air, they put in motion, bro. You know, remember some episode ago we were talking about, you play outside linebacker, and you like how you deal with a pulling tackle or a pulling guard coming downhill.
You see big old him.
You don't want to be on the side of that.
No, not at all. But you got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do. You don't want to be on the side of that.
Go low. That's all you got to do.
Speaking on Trent Williams, he's another player that's holding out for a extension type of deal. And I think this is gonna be his last extension anyway. I think he's an older player. I think he's probably gonna be doing maybe about another 2 or 3 years.
And that's crazy, but he's still ranked #1 at his position.
I mean, the dude. I mean, it is, bro. He's great. He's great at movement. You know what I mean? Dealing with your edge rushers. That's one thing. He's great at that, man. He's great. It's the techniques behind it. You know what I mean? And that's one thing. Like, it's great to see when you got great technique and size. A lot of times you can't get both of them together. You know what I mean? You got an undersized person with great technique and great heart. You got not so oversized, but you got a person that size you want, size you dream of, horrible technique. You got to do more coach. So it's like he got both, and that's you know what I mean. That's perfect. That's what you're looking for.
He'll rare specimen, definitely. So I know they're gonna pay him. He just wants his money. You might as well go and pay him. I don't even know what they're waiting on with him.
I mean, so
What can you say?
I don't know what the deal. I mean, so I think the 49ers is dealing with I think they trying to figure out how they finna approach it in the next 2 years. And the reason why, because you got a lot of big time players on that team with big salaries. Somebody gonna have to get chopped off at the legs. Or have to
Man, don't pay Trent Williams that money, man, for 2 years.
No,
just like you said, though. Like you said. So they got players who are coming up in 2 or 3 years. So by the time this comes,
no. I'm talking about for the next 2. Like, so for example, you gotta renegotiate Brock Purdy's contract. He's on that rookie deal. So this is last year on that rookie deal.
Right.
What is he gonna market value? Like, what do he deserve? 60 million, 50 million? Like, what do you pay him? Because you gotta pay him in that ballpark close to what the Baltimore Ravens re-signed Lamar Jackson, but it's got to be less because he don't have an MVP. But he did, you know what I mean? But he got to the Super Bowl. So he's gonna be in that. I think he's gonna be in that ballpark between what Lamar and Burrows got. Because if you look at how far they have gotten in the postseason, they're comparable. You get what I'm saying?
No, I mean that's real. And at the same time, I think people have figured out Brock Purdy. You know, not Kyle Shanahan, but Brock Purdy, because Kyle Shanahan is the mastermind behind Brock Purdy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows Kyle Shanahan is a offensive guru, so he can put anybody in that system to be great, which he has done. You know what I'm saying? He put Mr. Irrelevant in that system, and he's been great. You know,
he made great throws.
Brock Purdy does make great throws. Brock Purdy's smart though. He knows how to read defense.
He don't turn the ball over either.
Right. So I think, but at the same time, like I said, he's not the biggest. He's not the fastest. And he doesn't have necessarily the strongest arm. And y'all exposed him. The Ravens exposed the 49ers last year and shut the 49ers system down. And you know it's a copycat. It's a copycat league.
Defense too.
All right. Of course.
Yeah.
It's a copycat league. So that's what I'm saying though. So once you see that on tape, you know how to go with him. So I mean, I don't think he's there. I say that to say I don't think he's going to get big market value. He's going to get paid, no doubt about it.
Yeah,
he's going to get paid.
55.
He's going to get paid. It just won't be like I said, Josh Allen numbers or I don't know about Burrow necessarily numbers, but he'll get paid.
I'm looking at
it won't be a big contract.
I'm talking about how far he has gotten. He's gotten them as far as Josh Allen has gotten them, as far as Burrows, because he got to the Super Bowl but lost. Lamar Jackson. Only thing Lamar Jackson got over him because he got multiple MVPs. That's it. So when you look at that, how far he has gotten them, you know what I mean? He's not, I ain't gonna say too far off, but he's not that far away from him because he has taken that far. But Kyle Shanahan, great coach. And what is a great coach supposed to do? Great coach supposed to know what your strengths and weaknesses is, hide them weaknesses.
Mm-hmm. So he has one more year on the contract. This is gonna be a very telling year for Brock.
So that was just my mentality is, you gotta be cautious how much you sign these players for. You know what I mean? If you give everybody max deals and then when he come up, you can't afford them. Or you're gonna be coming back to these players and say, hey, we need to restructure your deal. You get what I'm saying? And that's true.
I get it. I definitely get what you're saying. But just look at the 3 people that we've named for the 49ers. That Brock Purdy, the quarterback who balled out. Trent Williams, number 1 offensive line, and Brandon Ayuk, he's a top wide receiver in the game right now.
Yep.
So these are 3 people.
Remember, you got Debo. And they just re-signed McAfee. So you remember that they got him from that deal that they had from the Panthers, and they absorbed that deal and then re-signed him, and he got a bigger deal like he's supposed to. You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm saying. You got Debo, you got McCaffrey, you got Trent Williams, You got Brock Purdy's going to be coming up next year. You got your 2 middle linebackers, Wagner. You get what I'm saying? You got superstars with superstar money. You can't afford all that.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Unless people, like you said earlier on this show, take a pay cut or take a more friendly deal, which is you still taking a pay cut, but they were like, let's convert some of this salary cap money to bonus money. A lot of players don't like to do that because why?
Exactly.
Because you pay more taxes on bonus money. You get taxed higher on bonus money than you actually get taxed on your salary money. So a lot of people don't like to take that bonus money because they get taxed harder.
It's a lump sum, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Anything with the word bonus in IRS, they tax it higher. So like
bonus too.
Yeah, so say like you get a $5,000 bonus from your job or whatever. That get taxed higher than what you actually get a $5,000 paycheck. Because the word bonus, they get IRS love it. They love it. So that's why you got to try to say a lot of them don't like to take on that stipulation. Now, if they was and especially in California, you get taxed even higher in the first place. So you know what I mean? If they were down in Florida and they are Texas, another place that don't have state taxes, yeah, you can afford to take that doggone bonus. You know what I mean? You can afford to take that. You can afford to take that. Yeah. And then, hey man, talking about the 49ers, though, you know the story that came out, which I don't know. I think Shanahan he spoke on Coach Shanahan. He spoke on it, but Coach Shanahan for the 49ers, he offered Bill Belichick a defensive coordinator position.
Yeah.
I put like this. I mean, I think that would have been an awesome defensive coordinator, but then also on the flip side of it, as Belichick, you're like, man, I've been a head coach for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time, you know what I mean? So I don't, and people are like, man, that's a slap in the face, man. Why? Like, I don't consider it as a slap in the face because I feel like the opportunity there, at least ask. What's the worst you're gonna tell me? No. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm like, you know, he already got rid of Willits, you know what I mean, as his defense coordinator. I don't know what that defense was like, bro, if he would have brought Belichick in.
It would have been amazing, but
that's why he did.
Anybody knows anything about Belichick was a good one. He loved the defense. He was a maniac with the defense. He came up with all kind of creations and styles and blitzes for the defense, you know, back in the days for, you know,
especially zero.
Yeah. So he was a maniac. So Shanahan did the right thing by actually offering it to him. I mean, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? He said he laughed about it and politely turned it down. But he's helping his son. I think Belichick is helping his son over there with the Washington Redskins right now. He just, I guess, kind of like a scouting and giving them, you know, advice and information and drawing up plays probably for them.
And you know he's going to be on TV too. He's going to be on TV.
Yeah, right. As an anchor. Yeah, he'll be back in the game.
Also, he's going to be on a Peyton show too, Peyton and Eli show also.
Right. Yeah, so he'll be back in the game soon, man. No doubt about it.
Oh yeah. If he don't, he got TV, bro. I mean, and if anybody should be on talking about sports, it's Bill Belichick on TV. You know what I mean? Especially that's just self-explanatory, just the mind behind it. And then also think about the show, like when Peyton and Eli's on doing they, you know what I mean, they live thing like they be doing, critiquing the game, kind of saying what they do, and then they bring in all these guests and all this type of stuff. I don't even watch the other show. I love watching that, you know what I mean, and also breaking down the game, how they seen it. They did it at the highest level you can ever do it at. You know what I mean? Then now you bring in Belichick that's going to be a phenomenal show.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely me. I love to watch the Peyton Monday night show, him and Eli. Like you said, because it's a football minded show. You know what I'm saying? How they break the game down and what's going on, and the people, even the people they have on the show, when they have football players on the show, you know, everybody's breaking it down from their point of view, from a defensive, offensive point of view. Yeah, I definitely watched that more than I watched the regular broadcast of the Monday Night Football game. So we shall see. Like I said, Belichick, he'll be back soon, man, in the league. We all know it.
If he don't, and he's gonna be break, he'll be on as an analyst, or you know what I mean. I don't see him being an on-field anchor, but he'll be talking football.
He'll be no on-field anchor, but I don't see him being a broadcaster long. Because he's the epitome of what you call the X's and O's guy. He loves the coaching. He loves to draw up plays and sit and figure out what's going on. That's his life. That's what he loves to do. He relishes in the moment to find the scheme to stop the offense. You know, so he'll be back out there.
Yeah, I got you. I'm with you on that. I fully agree, bro. I fully agree, man. Hey, we're gonna stick with a little bit more NFL talk, man. The NFL, they introduced, what was it, about 2 or 3 years ago, they talk about the Guardian helmets, the Guardian pad that you put on your helmets, for, you know what I mean, particular linebackers, linemen, that get that most contact, especially I used to tell my son played D lineman, and as he was getting to that next level, I used to say, man, think about everything at the D lineman. At that level, at any level in lineman, that's the only position in the trenches that you are getting touched every play of the game that you're on the field. It's not one play that you're not engaged with somebody. So I understand why they had the linemen and possible linebackers too with the Guardian helmet doing practices. Now this year they got the like the skull cap piece that goes on top of the Guardian helmet, so it kind of mimics what the helmet looks like under that. You know what I mean? Under that pad. My question is, now this past offseason they approved, made one of the rules that they'll allow players to wear that in the game. I said, man, that's a test bed right there. For the future, what they trying to go towards, because they keep talking, they take a lot of things out of defensive players, might make rules for the defensive players. I'm gonna say to make it softer. Safer. It's soft, but make it safer for the offensive player, man. So let me get your take on that, man. Let you speak on that.
I mean, I think them practicing and using them to practice, they've always kind of done that for real. So I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with that, definitely at all. I mean, the Guardian, the skull cap, the Guardian helmet portion, it mimics the inside of a football helmet.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the same thing that's on the inside, just on the outside. It's just like a double layer, basically.
Yeah.
So I mean, that might be more for.
Do you see them in 2 or 3 years?
No, I don't necessarily see them. No, not necessarily making it. Making him have to wear it. I don't see that. I can see somebody like in Tua's situation, how he was a year ago, 2 years ago, when he had 3 concussions. I could see somebody like that wearing it in the game, for protection. And now they might say that, okay, if you have 2, 3 concussions, you might have to wear it. So possibly, in certain circumstances,
mandated by that based on your health history.
Exactly.
I ain't thinking about that.
I can see that, but not necessarily everybody got to wear it. Mandatory, everybody wear it. You still have to give them the option of it.
I see, in my personal opinion, I can see about, I go 2 to 4 years. 2 to 4 years that they require all linemen and quarterback to wear.
Yeah, football players are crazy. You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't look good in it.
That's why they came with the skull. I don't know where that came from or who idea was. That's why they came with that skull piece. So it looks like it looks the pattern of what your current helmet is.
Right, you football player, like I said.
You can still tell, but
it's about look. Football. Yeah. You love to look good while you play. You know what I'm saying? You already know that's the saying. You look good, you play good. That's the saying. So yeah, a lot of people gonna not want to wear that, not wear it. I mean, you don't have to. You play the game the right way, you hit the right way, or what have you. You'll be all right, man.
Yep. I mean, yeah, you're right, man. I just say my personal opinion, I can see it coming about 2 to 4 years. I should have looked up these notes. I don't know when the next NFL PA negotiation is going to be. I don't know if they're going to do it, wait till then and try to negotiate that thing, but I see multiple positions. I can see the linemen, both offensive linemen, defensive linemen, and quarterbacks being mandated to wear it in the next 2 to 4 years. That's just me personally. I mean, because they keep taking every year every year, you already know as a defense player, every year they making some type of change to make the game, to make the defensive player work harder than they need to make a single tackle. Like, you almost gonna hurt your own self try to make the game safer so you don't get hit up, hit in the pockets on the tackle that it was you just trying to get the guy down. You know what I mean? So it's crazy to me.
Yeah,
and it's a trigger down effect too.
It's already happening as far as I see a lot more injuries that shouldn't even be injuries or shouldn't even occur. But and that's because you play the game. You think too much when you play the game, meaning you know what I'm saying, you're second guessing yourself. You know what I'm saying?
They don't even get like that in practice no more.
At one point, you were taught play fast, play smart, but don't second guess yourself. Because when you second guess yourself and start thinking too much, you get hurt. That's exactly what.
Yep. You make a false step. You know what
exactly.
I
mean? And that's exactly.
Overthinking.
Just watching football. If you know the game, if you see somebody make a false step or try to do something, inadvertently trying to stop themselves from doing something, they end up getting hurt, and you can see it before. Right when it happens, like, ooh, yeah, I can see how he turned, and lo and behold, that it's an injury. They pull a muscle. You know what I'm saying? They try to pull up. That's the hamstring. So, yeah, I mean, they don't see that portion of it. I mean, you're stopping something, but you're causing another injury. I'm all for making it safer. I'm definitely for making it safer, but it has to be a thin line between some of these rules that you're making up. Yeah. Because not all of these rules are, like you said, or it's not for the better of the game for everybody. Maybe offensively, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, how many times have you seen somebody pity pat the quarterback and it's a flag?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I even see. I mean, think about this. You have seen offensive linemen that's engaged in a block on a defensive lineman, and offensive lineman either fall or he get blocked down, or whatever, hit the quarterback legs. Oh, flag! Like, dude, what I supposed to do, man? Like, I'm engaged with another 350-pound dude, and I fall at this dude's legs, and by not even trying to hit him on his leg. You gonna throw a flag on me? Now by Wednesday, I got a doggone fine coming to me. Come on, man, make that make sense.
Exactly. So
it's a lot of things that I say that a lot of the safety decisions that they made in the last about 7-8 years, I don't like too much agree with those.
They need to be revisited.
Now one thing we grew up in that area, when we played ball, the crackback, boy, that was dangerous. We used to live for that. You know what I mean? You don't even be engaged in the play, but you see somebody just truckling along, not looking, or you go clean them up real quick. That, you know what I mean? That was probably about the best thing they made safer. Like, take that out the game. I agree with that.
Love the crackback. I mean, as far like the one I agree with is the one away from the play. So the play on this side,
That's what I'm talking.
You get cracked back. Yeah, I can understand that. But if you're running at a certain angle and somebody comes and clean you up because you're not paying attention trying to make the play, that's on you. You gotta take that in.
Now you gotta lead with your hands. You can't just you gotta lead with your hands. But then when you tell me to tackle, I gotta lead with my shoulders because I gotta make sure my head out the play. Because if I leave my head, that's like I think I think the linebackers got it the worst. The linebackers in both college and NFL got it the worst because you meet a running back in the hole. What the running back is doing when he see you, you got what he's doing. He getting low, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now you meet him, you got to get low. What happened when you get low? Your head get low too.
Exactly. It's like exactly. And if I go lower as a defensive player and the offensive player hit my helmet, he hit me, but I get the penalty. Like make that make sense. Like the penalty in itself is so subjective, man. It's like, come on, let's put some common sense into it.
Yeah.
I wish they do that.
I'm gonna tell you the biggest thing I hate. I wish they had changed this. They haven't. I don't know if they ever gonna change. I wish they had changed. I hate it to this day about college football. For, I guess, you know what I mean, a penalty hit. I just say penalty hit. I'm not gonna even say what the scenario is. Lead with your head, or you know what I mean, whatever. One of those hits that cause a penalty, they go to the booth. Oh, they'll kick him out the game. I think that's completely freaking wrong, man.
Yeah,
that's terrible. Because at the end of the day, they're still collegiate players that's still trying to learn the game. They are not pros yet. They're still gonna make amateur mistakes, especially if it's a freshman or a sophomore. You know what I mean? They still gonna, and you're gonna kick them out the game because a hit, like, unless it was, especially if they make a tackle, there was a square up tackle, and next thing you know, their head got put into play. Kick them out the game. That's wrong.
They're not amateurs. They're getting paid now, so you can't call them amateurs.
Yeah, you got it. You're right.
They are slick professionals. No. I get exactly what you're saying, but at the same time, right? Exactly what you're saying. At the same time, that same hit that they get kicked out for in the NFL, the higher up program, is a 15-yard penalty.
Yep.
They don't get kicked out. So why would you kick out the college player? So I mean, definitely we don't. On the same team.
In the pros, they hit the pockets. They get that fine by Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, I never liked that.
That's what happens. That's what happens with them. They get fined. They hit them pockets. In the college, they feel like we can't hit them pockets. So what we're gonna do is kick you out the game. I put like this. In my mind, I think they should set a 15-yard penalty, maybe 20-yard penalty, something like that. You know what I mean? Add an extra 5. But you shouldn't be kicking them out the game, especially a championship game. A championship game. This ain't, like getting kicked. You're kicking the game out like this dude started a fight. You know what I mean? It's bad. I hate that with college football because it's just bad, man. I mean, I could go on and on about this, man, and it that hurts me, man, that to see that, man, because it could be it's not like basketball where they got a series, like an NBA series, NBA playoff series, where you got, 7 games to beat somebody, and you got to beat by 5. You know what I mean? You got to beat 4 games, sorry. You got to beat at least 4 games. It's one and done. You know what I mean? Like, you lose this game, you're done. It's it. It ain't no coming back.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, like you said, definitely like a championship game too. I mean, and Greg Sankey said, Greg Sankey, I know it's sort of off subject, but he was saying that, them coming up with the 12 teams, and how Nick Saban was saying, everybody just wants the 12 best team. Well, he wishes it was just the 12 best team, which I think most people like us would want. We want the 12 best teams to play in the best, you know what I'm saying, in the collegiate college playoff. Yeah, but that's why they're coming up with all these rules as far like the 4 or 5 championships, the 7, then the 7, whoever got the 7 best record. Basically, they trying to stop it from being 7, 8 SEC schools, basically in the playoffs. That's why they're coming up with that.
I'm gonna tell you the real reason why I think because originally we all thought it was gonna be 8 games. We thought they were gonna make it an 8-game playoff. They've jumped up to 12. I'm like, all right, they overkilled that. I think the big reason they made it 12 games because they're tired of they're trying to make. I think they're getting pressure from these sponsors that hosting these bowl games, and they're tired of playing saying, "Oh, this game don't mean nothing." Hey, I'm getting ready to go. I don't want to get injured. I'm getting ready for the NFL draft. I'm getting ready for the combine. And they try to make some meaningful bowl games, more meaningful bowl games, because why? We already know they come down to the dollar bill. The dollar bill been around college sports more than it is before. The pro really just catching up. That's really what it is. It just ain't been spotlighted because you ain't been paying any college players up to these NIL money. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. So I think they trying to add more, make these bowl games more beneficial to the sponsor to raise more money. So when you look at if you got a 12, that's more bowl games that's going to be highlighted. More bowl game going to be prime time. More seats going to be in, more butts going to be in the seats. And now you got full rosters playing.
Right. I mean, right. I mean, as far as like getting better games and viewership on games, right?
Yep.
That's definitely it. But them voting on the 12 teams is all made up of like board directors, trustees, and head of conferences. So the head of the other conferences, were zoned in, and on the certain type of ways that you have to get in. You know what I'm saying? To keep so many players or teams from one conference from over saturating or over dominating, I should say.
I mean,
playoffs.
Which you
can't stop. You can't stop it.
I'm saying you're gonna get the same thing if it was 8 games, 6 games, 12 games. I mean, you just making it 12 games. You just actually empowered the SEC more.
But that's what he was saying was coming up in these meetings, though. You know what I'm saying? Them coming up with extra stipulations and everything.
Now we got Texas and Oklahoma in the fold too in the SEC.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't necessarily see Oklahoma doing anything. They possibly. I'm not going to knock them. I mean, but I'm nervous about Texas. So I mean, you look at the SEC. I mean, if you think about 12-game playoffs, and you can look at Texas, you can look at Georgia, you can look at Alabama, you can look at Auburn, you can look at Florida, you can look at
Ole
Miss, and I don't know how Tennessee gonna. I don't know what Tennessee gonna bounce back from their quarterback.
Had a great year.
Yep.
Yeah, Tennessee. All right.
So I mean, you just empowered them more. You really
to get more teams. Yeah.
Yeah, you just empowered them more. That's all that is. It don't turn. I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, I think it just empowered them more, man. So, but yeah. Hey, man. So we talking about the SEC. The SEC commissioner / director came out. They interviewed him, and I think I got the. Hold on, let me pull that up for you. I got something to share with you, which he was talking about. Texas previous conference. If you do the horns down, that was a penalty and all types of kind of backlash and ban from them. And you come over to SEC, we don't care nothing about that. We care about football. You know what I mean? Are you gonna line it up or not? That's what we care about. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this, bro. Basically, SC allow the horns down instead of brace. I'm gonna let you hear what he said.
To me, isn't offensive, right, in that particular contest. So let's go back on the field. You have a player that's getting it. Is it taunting an opponent, or is it making a travesty of the game? If an opponent of Texas would score a touchdown, and in celebration with their teammates going back up the sideline, they're giving the signal, that's not an issue. We have that already in the Southeastern Conference. We have teams that have things like the Gator Chomp, the things like the Shark Fin for the defense, where that thing has been done. And over the years, we've evaluated, is it taunting? Is it making a travesty of the game? Is it otherwise affecting our ability to manage the game? If the answer is no, then it's not a foul. Now, giving this signal.
So I mean,
that's simplistic in nature, man. When it comes to the game, like I said, it's not affecting the game. You play the game, line up and play. You worried about a horn down. You better be worried about this 3rd and 10 that you got to make. You worried about the wrong thing. Don't come over here with all that old sensitive.
Yeah, man. Hey, the last thing you need to be worried about is a horns down. We ain't got time for that. You know what I mean? We ain't got time for that. Yeah, we ain't got no time for that, bro. We ain't got no time for that. So
it'll be all right.
Hey, more college football, man. Ohio State, and this came out, man. About it was your boy. It was your good old pal, Mr. SEC, Mr. Paul Feinbaum. He's been on a hunt on everybody, man. God, dog. Yeah, I mean, he's been taking jabs at everybody. So
just speaking for him.
He basically said, if Ryan Day if he loses to Michigan again this year, he's 1-3 against Michigan. If he loses again to Michigan this year, after Harbaugh is gone, he's not there no more. Obviously, he with the Chargers now. Will he be on the hot seat? So I'm gonna ask you that. Will he be on the hot seat if he loses to Michigan again?
It could be possible, yeah, because you got to win the rivalry. Me and you know this, wholeheartedly. You got to win that rival game. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, you ain't got to be perfect with it, but hey, you can't be 0-4 and 1-4.
Yeah.
And definitely not bounce back to. I mean, if you lose and then win like a championship or go deep in the playoffs, then that's
another thing.
Right. But if you lose and like you said, and your other team is going on to win championships, and you're not doing anything, and they lost the coach, you know what I'm saying? So that's just like when Alabama and Kalen DeBoer beat Auburn. You know, when we beat Auburn, what y'all gonna say?
Hey,
I'm just saying. It would be like Kalen DeBoer beating Auburn. They were like, yeah. Y'all be like, man, you can't get it done. And Saban ain't even here. I can hear them. I can hear y'all now. I can hear y'all now.
You already know what's gonna happen. Somebody gonna file a charge to get him out that stadium, ban him from the university. Hugh Freeze will be freezing somewhere else. He need to be gone. I put my name on a petition for that. I mean, we supposed to beat y'all last year. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But you know what I mean. But but we I don't even want to live that moment again, man. That was.
No, you can talk about it, man. It's okay. You can talk about it.
I mean, but and what I always say, matter of fact, I said on multiple episodes, we got a doggone viral clip on YouTube about this. Me explicitly saying this: the top 2 rivalries in college football is who? Auburn, Alabama, and Michigan, Ohio State. Whoever you is, you can put who's number 1 or 2. I'm buying. I'm 1 or 2. I don't care. But between those 4 schools and those 2 games, that's who the top rivalries is. And if he go 1-4, do you get rid of him? Do you? I don't know, bro. I mean, like you said, you got to show it the playoff. Now you got a 12. You got a 12. You got a 12. You know what I mean? Team playoff too. So they see how far you go down. You know what I mean? But yeah, that if he was even 2-2, nobody would bat it. But you got a losing record. You 1-3, so you almost got to win 3. You got to win multiple years in a row to kind of catch up. So
and 1-4, like I say, that's almost like what going 4 years without winning one. You know, a kid's whole college career without winning one. I mean, even though they judge you, they will judge you. They're gonna judge him about the whole season. You know, that he puts on record. You know, but definitely if you continue to lose that game, that's a cherry on top. You know, that definitely can get you out. That's the game that gets you fired in the tunnel, walking at the stadium before you get on the plane. That's one of them type games that get you fired. Like,
100%. 100%.
We will see. He had to do something this year. Definitely, like I said, he's going up against a new head coach.
Gotta take advantage of it.
Even though he's been there, the coach has been there, you know, for a while. But yeah, you got to do something.
You better take advantage of it, man. You better take advantage of it, man. Also, man, with college football, you know, man, I'm so happy. I think we in the 40s, right? As far as about 47 days for football, 48 days, somewhere around that time period, maybe a little bit less before college football starts. Man, I need to make a ticker for that, man. I can't wait to, but especially college game day. So Pat McAfee, he signed. You know, he's gonna be on college game day. And I'm actually kind of excited, man, because I'm not I hate Alabama, man. You know, as an R fan, we hate Alabama, but I love what he did, that trolling he did with Georgia last year. So, man, what you think about this game day new setup, man? They continued on, man. How you feel about that, man? Because you know that's what we wake up to, man. When football happens, my routine is wake up on Saturdays. I don't know what time it might wake up Saturday, and you know, turn on college game day, eat some food, eat some breakfast, call you, talk crap to you, you know what I mean, about hey, your team ain't gonna do such and such, or I might be a little nervous, like, man, hey, I had to put all the Auburn stuff in the box. But man, talk about college game day, man. Pat McAfee being back on there.
I mean, I think it's major, you know, and sometimes, like you say, like I was saying earlier, how we get caught up in wanting to keep stuff the same. You know, you got to be ready. You got to be ready for change and equipping for change. So when he first came on, it was definitely a big change. You know, just seeing a new face, him being there. But I mean, him who he is, you know, his character and just his whole persona. You know, it rails up a crowd. You know what I'm saying? He takes precedence where he's at. So I love to see him on the sets, man. You know, he interacts with the crowd. He gets into it. He's basically like a whole young Lee Corso again. Like you said, what he did to Georgia at the SEC Center in Atlanta down right before the SEC championship. I mean, that was definitely a go down in history. It already hates, you know, people still talk about that.
And I like the little kicking thing, the little kicking tournament. I mean, not tournament, but kicking.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because people be shanking them, bro. Yeah. Like, boy, they don't realize how hard it is to kick a football, man.
Yeah, and see now, but and then like you said, but then it turned into like a scholarship type fund.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah, donate money to it. Yeah.
Right, man. Yeah, his presence definitely is needed. You know what I mean? He's undeniable at this point in time, even though he had a little spat back and forth with the ESPN producers. You know what I'm saying, about the way he is, how his show is. You know, he don't necessarily want to dress up and put on ties.
He was like that when he played for the Colts, though.
Yeah, he was. He's always been like that. He's his own person, basically. He is. So that's the best thing about him. That's why he resonates with a lot of people, and a lot of people, you know, are drawn to him by him being himself, his own character. You know, when his show comes on, you know, they had a little warnings too. They say, hey, you know, on this show they cuss a little. What he said, because that's what normal people do. That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? I like how his show is built. You know what I'm saying? There's no stickers on his show. You know, it's open, it's fun, you know, it's vibrant. So he brings that to the actual, you know, college game day set, which is great. I mean, they hit a diamond in the rough with this one. So, and he can't be denied now. like I said, based on what he did, he's so marketable and everybody loves him now. His popularity is through the roof. So you got to love the man for what he does. So yeah, I'm with it. I'm glad they brought him back, man. Big shout out to my guy.
100%, man. Hey, man. So it was Dan Hurley, man. He came out and said that I won't put it on here, man. I'm gonna share it out on his, on Sports Illustrated. Dan Hurley said he'll be a better football coach than a basketball coach. Hey, I got a response to that, but I want to hear what you got to say. What your response to this is, man.
I mean, one thing about Dan Hurley is I can understand, like why he would say that, because his passion, how he approaches the game. Yeah. And he's a player's coach. He's the type of player. You see how he looks. Look how he looks on this picture. You know what I'm saying? He's a player's coach. He's the type, he'll have his head back with sunshades on, shooting half court shots. When they lost to Creighton, they usually don't lose too much. When they lost to Creighton, they played in Creighton, and the student section they were hurling all kind of slurs and stuff at them. You know what I'm saying? And you can see him talking to the crowd and everything while he's going out. They asked him about it. They asked him about it. He politely said, "Oh, I just told him there's consequences if you cross that rail." I love Dan Hurley, though. I just love his demeanor, man. I love how he carries himself. So that's it. You would love to play for a coach like that. What you mean?
I mean, I put it like this, man. If you feel like you can coach football better than basketball, you at the right school. Help UConn out. Help UConn football out. And show us you can do it. That's how I feel about it. Show us you can do it. And then I could almost take you serious, because it depends on what level you're talking about. You're talking about at maybe high school level with leadership, or maybe a smaller college. But if you start talking about Power 5 coaching football, boy, there's a lot of people wish that, you know what I mean, until you get in the trenches, until you got to make some, you know what I mean, you got to make some adjustments, or your team ain't powerful enough, or they ain't doing, like, I mean, I hate, the rival between Auburn and Alabama is very hatred. We know that, we live that. And that Nick Saban, he was a very hard coach, you know what I mean? But he was likable with his players too, because he was hard on, but he was fair. You know what I mean? And but also he know the game in and out, like to the T, to the point where I know exactly what you need to be doing against me, and I know how to exploit what you try to do to stop me. Cause you know what I mean? It's like a lot. It's that mental piece of that game. Yeah, you know this with football. I mean, once you get to that level, that game starts slowing down for you, and to the point where you ain't feel like everything is like you don't feel like you wasting energy on everything, because it's so new to you, everything moves so fast. Once it slows down to everything is a mental game. You already got the physical stuff. You already know the fundamentals of it. It's a mental game. How can I stay ahead of you? And that's the difference, I think, with that basketball piece, because you got physicality on top of, I gotta use this as that mental piece. Like Ray Lewis always spoke on the mental games he used to have with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. He always said, hey, if Peyton Manning, he always throw out all these, you know what I mean, audibles here, audible. He said, I used to ignore that crap. When I want to listen to, when he get down to about 15 seconds and 10 seconds, that's his real call, because he can't get out of it. He ain't got enough time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's chess. That's playing chess out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He already know. I already got the physicality behind it. I already got the toughness behind it. Now I got to figure out what he's trying to do, because he seen me in something, and I gotta disguise what I'm in.
Yeah. And I think, like I say, Dan Hurley by no means was disrespecting the game.
Oh yeah, I don't think
Football.
so.
You know, he was just, you know, I think he was right. He was speaking from a point of like I said, his passion. You know, what I'm saying his how fierce he is. You know, how he approaches the game. You know, in the game. That basically, I think he's saying that he approaches it to where his players be looking like, "Oh, what's wrong with you?" You know what I'm saying? Because you have to be a maniac.
Yep.
You have to be in maniac mode to be a player.
Yeah.
Just like what Charles Barkley say about why he don't want to play football. He said, you got to be crazy to play football.
Hey, he even said he was out there. He said he was out there one day. Hey, he said, man, this ain't it. He said, this ain't it. He said, y'all got to be crazy, man. They had him on the D line, too. So what I said about D line, that's one position. You can touch every play. You know what I mean? You finna go through it every play because you got a 350-pound dude, or he was playing high school, so he probably 300 pounds, and they coming down on you every play. You know what I mean? So he was like, this ain't for me. This ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it, man.
Yeah, man, that's a battle. Like I say, it's a battle. I remember when we played Mississippi State, man, and like I said, I had to play. I was guarding the tight end on the whole game. Me and bro was battling the whole game. I'm talking about from passing to blocking to 4th and 1. At the end of the game, we were talking to each other like, bro, leave that. We were like, yeah, leave that. All right, man. Good game.
Why was you? Was y'all you man up on him because he'll get off. He did a lot of pass. I mean, he did a lot of slants.
They led a lot with, you know what I'm saying, you know, tight end. You know, we followed the tight end, so wherever side the tight end goes, the strong side. So more than likely they're gonna run to that side. You know what I'm saying? And they use their tight end to block, you know, like a Travis Kelce and to pay it. So, you know, if it's man, you know, he usually gonna block you for most of the time. Like I said, or pass, you know, coverage. Like I said, if he releases, you got to cover him too. It's like it's like you stuck together the whole game basically. So there was a lot going on. Like I said, in 4th and 1, the ball coming to that hole, or, you know, stretching it wide, trying to get the 1 yard. Man, it was a lot. It was one of them games you dirty, you know what I'm saying, beat up, tired. It was a battle. So, but yeah, like you said, that's playing in them trenches, man. You gonna definitely feel every play. You gonna touch something every play. Ain't no the ball running away from you to the other side, and you ain't got to do that.
Yeah.
No. It's a different game down there, as we all know.
Hey, so I got to, boy. I was so excited when I seen this, man, because I think I also, this is one thing I've been speaking on when they was always talking about Bronny James, this, and what I always say, the 2 dudes I'm waiting to see that's in high school that go pro, they're gonna be dogs. One of them was Bronny James, not Bronny, but Bryce, LeBron's youngest son, and who the other was, Carmelo's Anthony's son. And boy, hey man, that man. So when he put this out, boy, hey, my eyes lit up because I didn't know we was in the running like this. So Kai and Anthony, he put out his last top 6, and you see who number 1 is Arbor. I don't know what we need to do to get him, but I hope whoever is over the NIL money is giving this man the bag. I don't know what we need to do. Do we need, like, what do Carmelo need? Do we need to work on a relationship between Melo and Lala for Cayenne to come to Auburn? Whatever we got to do, we want him. Whatever we got to do, we want him.
Hey man, this ain't in no particular order. This ain't in no particular order. Auburn could be the latest on this list. This ain't no 1 through 6. Rutgers could be first.
Man, he ain't gonna dog on Rutgers. No, I don't even know why that's up there. I don't know who told him. Who told him?
Oh yeah, me neither. They need to take that down, man. How is that even on the list? That's so real. Like, why they do that? Who is he fooling? Who did he promise? His granddaddy or somebody?
I don't know who, but Rugged,
so.
they last. Yes, they need to be. So 1 through 6, you see.
Oh, that's too bad. So they definitely last.
Man, when I see that, boy. Hey, I was so happy when I see that, man.
If he goes to Auburn,
please get this man. Please get this man up, man. Please get this man up, bro.
If he goes to Auburn, man, you know, we're searching high and low for Bryce. You already know it's how we tick for tat,
bro.
We're gonna go get a baller. Now we did just get a top baller too who signed with Alabama too basketball. So and you know, I told you already. They already got us supposed to be winning that championship.
They ain't got that. Who told you that? Who lied?
Already.
Who lied? Already.
I showed it. I told you, man. I showed it to you.
No, man, nobody. That was whoever. Hey, man, whoever said that that was somebody drunk in a basement that put that list out, man, and whatever. That ain't man. That's
somebody drinking the pallet of Four Logos.
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, the old school. I don't know where they found it at, but they found the band version of it.
the legal one. No, we definitely making a run again.
They went to the warehouse where it's called the Untold Stories of Four Loko. That's what it.
I would never go there.
Hey man, so I'm gonna switch it to the MLB, man, about the Nationals, man. I know you seen it, man, with the I'm gonna put this video up, man, about the Nationals when they ran out of pitchers. So hey,
that's crazy.
Hey, they ran it has happened, you know what I mean? Especially on them back-to-back games. Somebody might be dealing with a little injury. But what this commentator reaction was caught him off guard, made the thing even more fun than what it is.
I mean, that pitch made Livan Hernandez look like Nolan Ryan. 33 miles an hour. 33? I don't know. It's got to be close. I'd say in the StatCast era, there's a chance.
Look at it, boy. look at this.
What is that? Super slow. That pitch made Livan Hernandez look like Nolan Ryan. 33 miles an hour. 33? I don't know. It's got to be close.
Hey, in the comments, he was talking about, man, he throws so zesty.
They threw his yes ball.
Hey, and they can't get it out the park, man. You know what I mean? Whatever's working to win. Hey, I put like this. Right. He made it work. I don't know why it's you are. I mean, pitching. They are in that tall mound to throw down. He ain't used to that, man. So he like, before I be out here trying to, you know what I mean, jack up some, I'm just gonna throw it off. So now as a hitter, you're looking at, man, I'm so used to seeing, you know what I mean, between 85 mile per hour ball to 105. I'm seeing a 30. I don't even know how to see that. I don't even know how to hit. You know what I mean? It was weird, bro. It was weird, man.
Yeah, it was all the way weird for real. I mean, it looked like he tried. He was trying. I could tell by how he had his hand, like he was trying to throw a change up or whatever. But
yeah,
it definitely was an awkward pitch, you know. Definitely.
Oh man. So, but hey, Mark, man. Hey, bro. There was another great episode, man. I want to tell everyone that's we have viewers that's watching this, man, live. I appreciate your support. Please tell your friends, family about our YouTube channel. We talk about all sports, professional and collegiate. As you can tell, if you stuck around and listened to the whole podcast today, please subscribe to our channel. We on YouTube. I mean, obviously we're on YouTube streaming now, but we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitch, And so we're on all the platforms right now. I think the only thing we're not on is Twitter right now, but that'll be coming in the future. But please follow, subscribe to us, man. Mark, bro, what's going on, man? Talk to me, man. Close it out for you.
Yeah, man. Like I said, we definitely appreciate it. We got the Olympics coming up. All the sports are literally gonna last, I think, all the way to August 11th. So we'll definitely, cover topics between that and all baseball, baseball, football, and everything in between. So, like I say, definitely keep coming back for the news. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, and the only thing we gotta say, we gotta keep Aaron Rodgers out of Egypt. You know what I mean? It's training camp time. He need to be focused. You know what I mean? He need to be focused.
It's Aaron Rodgers. It's Aaron Rodgers, man. Come on now. It's not Dak Prescott. Just Aaron Rodgers. Appreciate everybody, man.
I appreciate y'all, man. And y'all have a great one.
Take care.